All right, my Aries friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your monthly horoscope for September 2020. Got an exciting month ahead. We've got Mars, your ruling planet, going retrograde. The rarest planet to go retrograde. It only happens once every 2 years, right? Mercury 3 times a year, Venus every year and a half. All the outer planets are every year as well. This is very personal, and this is going to feel very personal to you. And it's going to be like, oh, that's the feeling. Did I make the right decisions? Did I go in the right place? Did I do this? Did I put all my time and energy where I needed to? All right, we'll talk about the retrograde in a second. We're going to have Mercury move in 2 signs. It's going to move out of Virgo on the 6th into Libra. Then it's going to rip through on the 27th. It's going to enter the sign of Scorpio. Okay. Venus is going to enter on the 6th, Leo. So right now, as I'm making this video, we've got a sextile between Venus and Mars. I'll talk about it in the daily video that I'm going to put out after this. Venus and Mercury are both sextile right now. Water and Earth, water and Earth. Okay, easy flow of energy between these two different signs. Okay, and then the 5th, Mercury moves into the sign of Libra, cardinal sign of Libra, and then boom, Venus moves into Leo. Okay, the fixed sign of fire. Okay, so this is really positive because we have so much, so much Earth going on right now, which is slow moving, slow changing energy. Okay, where Mars and Aries is like, let's go, let's bring the change, let's fix things, let's finish things, let's whatever we got to do, let's just do it. You know, what strength do we need for the weed to break through the concrete and come up and out? You know, let's get it done with. You know, it's this explosive kind of energy. So that explosive energy, that inertia, you know, Mars moving back into your first house is reevaluating self. Okay. Let me show you a chart and then we'll get into all this. Okay. There's Mercury in the sign of Virgo right now in the 6th house, moving out of your 6th house. Okay. We're focused on the work that we're doing right now. Then it's going to be focused on our relationships with other people. Okay. Mercury moving into the 7th house of Libra. Really powerful. Okay. Obviously, it's thinking about others, where this can very much, all of this energy here is about self, thinking about self, Chiron, healing self, and Aries, how am I dealing with situations, and Lilith, and, you know, am I representing myself the best way? Am I acting too wild? Am I not wild enough? Am I not honoring my wild nature? Okay. And Mars is, let's go, let's make things happen. Let's kick up the fire. Let's cook. Okay. So this is, you know, self. This is all about me, mine, I, and I'm going to go toward what's good and I'm going to go away from what's bad. Very simple, you know, when we break it down like that. And then Mercury here is like, well, I need to start thinking about other people, or I need to start communicating with other people because maybe I might start to go through a rough time during this Mercury retro or this Mars retrograde. Maybe I'm going to feel like I don't have the ambition and the strength and the power that I normally have. Maybe other people are going to be here to help me out, and communicate with those individuals during this time could be very powerful. Okay, so Mercury entering the 7th house on the 5th. And then Venus down here in your 4th house, reconnecting here, home, nature, okay, family, valuing our family and doing what we got to do for our home. Maybe there was a move that happened or a move that's happening. Venus is entering your 5th house now, creative self-expression. It's time for you to shine, okay? So these two are happening at the same kind of time, the 5th and the 6th, going from water, earth, to fire, air, okay? The bringer of the change, the cardinal signs, bringer of the change, okay? So then on the 9th, we're going to have this retrograde. Mars retrograde, okay? It is going to last for a little over 2 months, November 11th, 12th, something like that. It's going to move out of there. We'll talk about, we have plenty of time to talk about it. You know, we've got a square happening here about balance with career, how people are viewing you. Now, this is really important during this time, as there's an abundance, how people view you. They view you as being abundant in the workplace. They view you as transformative and powerful. They view you as the boss. Okay, so what that means when people view you as the boss, when they view you as being able to handle anything, being smart and wise, the philosopher of Jupiter, right, and powerful, Pluto and Capricorn, Your 10th house means you have a reputation. You have a reputation to uphold. And the Sun and Mercury have been in your 6th house saying like your work, you're providing. You're doing the job, you're doing the services. So when Mars starts to retrograde on the 9th, this is extremely powerful, because if you start to drop the ball, if you start to get sluggish, if you start to, I don't want to do this today. Okay, you got Saturn, you got Pluto, and you got Jupiter up there saying, we've got to buckle down, buck up and buckle down, right? You know, it's like we don't have time to this lack of energy, this lack of emotion. At the same time, it's honoring going inward. Retrogrades are a time to go inward, you know, and go back into self, and making sure that we are on track. And as well, this is really important, as the Aries energy is very fast. It's the inertia, it's the spark, okay? The Capricorn energy is slow perfection. We're going to turn a piece of coal into a diamond, you know, over years and years and years and years, a very long time to bring this perfection, okay? Where this Aries energy is Mars now, okay? I want it now. You're healing now, instantaneous transmission, right? And this is a cross-country hike. We're not going to get to the destination anytime soon, okay? And we don't need to rush anything. Is very, very important during these times. There is nothing that's going on in our lives that we need to rush. And if we feel a sense of urgency because we are that Aries energy, you know, we have that sense of like, okay, let's go kind of attitude, you know, it's a good time to reel it in, back to self, right? You got Chiron there helping you out with this. Chiron saying, hey, let's heal this part of myself that wants to put the carriage before the horse. Let's heal this part of the self that thinks I'm ready before I really am able to execute to perfection. That's what Saturn's job is going to be doing during this time. You have made a beautiful representation of yourself, how people view you, okay? You've made a great image for yourself. You've made a great career for yourself. You're respected, all right? So you're being expected to uphold and continue the work that you're doing. So it's very important that during this time of you know, reverting into self or slowing things down or reevaluating my own actions, you know, did I go toward the right? Did I go toward the light that I needed to? Or did I walk away from the light? You know, did I make this right decision? You know, Mars is going to reevaluate our actions and the actions that we chose to get exactly where we're at. And now there's no mistakes in the universe, so we're exactly where we're supposed to be, right? We're perfect yet ever expanding beings in a perfect yet ever expanding world. Okay, so just trusting the process is extremely important right now. Trusting the process and not rushing something, okay? Now on the 17th, we've got a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Okay, it'll happen at 24 degrees, which will be a little, you know, kind of a loose opposition here to Neptune. All right. Again, this is about a new beginning in the services that you're providing to other people. Okay, that happens on the on the 17th. On the 17th, the services you're providing for other people. So you see how this, you know, the services you're providing and your career and public image, all this stuff up here is really making sure that you are on point, you are consistent. You know, even you're going with the change, you know, the mutable sign of Virgo, you're going with the change, making sure we're getting things done. Okay, so this new moon on the 17th is really powerful, new beginning and how you're viewing. Maybe you're picking up other people's slack at work. Maybe you have to do more because other people are feeling this so much and they don't have as much at stake as you do. Okay, your career is riding on this, and what you put out in these next couple of months determines on how you're being viewed, the work that you're going to be doing, and how, you know, and then this continues, you know, how people are viewing you and your relationships with other people in business and what's the shared resources and the, you know, it'll unfold as this year continues. Okay, so this Mars retrograde is very important. And again, that we're not skipping over something. You know, it's a Mercury retrograde kind of a thing. It's like, oh, I forgot to send the email, or I forgot to put the comma, and that comma, my God, I'm not a grammar Nazi, but like sometimes when people don't put commas places, it's like, do you realize that changes the entire context of your sentence? And that, you know what I mean? So this is making sure that we're taking the time to do that, where we're not rushing or fat fingering when we're texting or putting out the wrong thing. because we have a lot at stake. There's a lot riding on our actions during this retrograde. Okay. Huge, huge. So now on the 22nd, bye-bye summer. Okay. Hello, autumn. My favorite time of the year, but I'm going to miss the beach. No question about that. Oops. Hey, sorry, I had to. On the 22nd, the sun is going to enter Libra. Okay, so Mercury's already there. Mercury moved into Libra on the 5th, like we talked about. You're thinking about communicating about, talking about your partnerships. This could be business partnerships. This could be whatever. All right, any kind of partnership. Now, look at this. We have Mercury entering house of partnerships, Venus entering your 5th house on the 5th, and these are happening at the same time. This is about your self-expression, how you communicate to the world, your own pizzazz, your own flair, falling in love with you being you, accepting every aspect of yourself. And the 5th house is also about romance. Okay, so at the same time you're moving from my work and services and home, there's been so much you've been focused on with work and services and home and family life that all of a sudden this flip happens so quickly that your head might be spinning, okay? That all of a sudden it's just like romance and partnerships. Holy smokes. Like if you're single, this can be coming very, very fast. And now what did we just talk about? That might be coming very fast, but this is important. If you're having a career for a career, it's a career. That's not a job as a stepping stone. If you want to go in this direction, it means you're going to be there for a while. We don't need to rush it. And if you're entering and looking for a partnership, okay, this isn't just romance. Venus and Mercury are both moving at the same time into that 7th house, right? Or Venus in the 5th and then Mercury in the 7th. So this is very, very fast action happening, romance and love and partnerships and all this. And then we've got on the 9th, just a couple of days later, this Mars retrograde saying, okay, I'm feeling a lot. I feel you, but let's not rush anything. Let's take it slow. So if there's a new romance on the horizon, just taking our time, taking it slow. If you're already in a committed romantic partnership, this is huge. Okay, this is going to amp up the fire and passion in your relationship. Okay, the romance is going to flow. Maybe we have more time. Maybe we're not focused so much on self. Aries going to get things done and just on to the next. Maybe this is this time for us to like, hey, let's slow it down. Let's make quiche instead of scrambled eggs. You know what I'm saying? Slow it down and communicate with our partner. If this is about business, that means we're fully, being able to express ourselves in our place of business because we have a value of self, this value of expressing ourselves and being ourselves fully. That now in the place of business, where Mercury's at and where the sun's going to be on the 22nd, okay, that foreshadow of Mercury and then the sun. Okay, this is hey. You're really bringing it to this business. You're really bringing it to this company. Okay, now then what happens after that? Then on the 27th, Mercury enters Scorpio, shared resources. Okay, so again, this could be a move. This could be joining forces with work. This could be a collection. What's yours and what's mine. We come together and we can really offer and bring something that's greater than what we could alone. Okay, so there's a lot going on here with teaming up with somebody else or other people, other individuals. Really, really great energy, okay? I don't want the Mars retrograde to scare you. I don't want it to scare anybody. The last time it happened was in 2018. We got through it, there's certainly a lack of motivation, and we know if we're not feeling something, sometimes it's a feeling. We're not feeling like we want to do something, but we got to do it, We've got to do it. We've got to do whatever is necessary and whatever has to get done. But we can do it, but being more methodical. And that's the relationship between Saturn and Mars right now, is saying, look, little buddy, let's take action, but let's make sure it's well executed and well thought out before we just, run out the door with our shirt and no pants on. Okay? So all in all is a powerful month ahead. All right? If you follow my dailies, you guys get it so good because, I'm labeling the houses as they are, there should be so many Aries that absolutely love that, you know, all this stuff too in the south node, you know, like letting go of information. The south node septile to Chiron over here. You know, this is a huge amount of healing that's going on. And then the stuff behind the scenes with Neptune and Jupiter creating that sextile together. You know, this is like karmically in career, you know, the universe wants you to win. Okay. But we win not by sabotaging other people. We want, you know, it's like we want them to be at their best. So that way we win at our best. You know, it's a time to level up. And if it's slowing down our training right now to make sure that we're, you know, we don't want to exercise too fast, we're going to hurt ourselves. We don't want to do anything too fast right now because there's a consequence to it. And Saturn is there. And he will carry out that karmic consequence if we rush things, okay? It's not a threat. It is a promise, okay? It is a promise. Saturn will sort out if we're running too fast. It will sort it out, okay? So our patience is being tested. Our patience is being asked of us. But at the end of the day, how we're being viewed as a whole, what this means to us as far as career, what this means to us as far as romance, partnerships, and moving into that 8th house, like we're joining forces, okay? We're teaming up on something, okay? A little foreshadow. That's at the very end of the month, and a foreshadow of what's coming in October. All right. So all in all, a beautiful month. Take your time. Take your time, my Aries friends. Much love, much respect, much appreciation for you. And we will see you tomorrow for those dailies.